Hey guys, Kyle the Death Knight of Anime here, bringing you my review for One Piece episode 903. And to start off, I can at least say that pretty much pacing was basically marginally better than was marginally better in this episode when pretty much compared to last week. I mean obviously obviously with the majority a good majority of the episode was just focused on the Luffy versus on the Luffy versus on the Luffy and pretty much Urashima like pretty much fight or pretty much sumo match, but even with it just being focused on that one thing for at least a good majority of the episode, I pretty much still felt like pretty much something was basically at least accomplished, or and when compared to at least when compared to like last week's episode where absolutely nothing happened at all. Like at least in this episode, at least for something was happening, and something however small was at least accomplished. Um, and actually with the fight Prince Luffy and with the fight of basically Luffy and Prince Uda and basically and Prince Uda and Prince Urashima like coming to the end, like it's what you'd come to expect. Like Luffy, he went full force and ended up causing like pretty much way more destruction than was necessary in order to win the fight. Even more so than that, though. Like I said, but of course by that he pretty much also ended up, he not only like pretty much won the match with Prince Urashima, but in some ways he pretty much did it. He pretty much brought both pretty much Hold'em and pretty much Tama out into the open now, so he can. In the open now, so he can. So obviously, like the preview has shown us, like next episode is gonna be focused on Hold'em and Luffy duking out in order to save Tama. So yeah, at least yeah, he ended up beating Urashima, and it brought Hold'em out into the open now. So there's that was accomplished. As for the fight itself of Luffy and Urashima together, it's kind of what you've come to expect. You've come to expect. Although I will admit that the one thing I have to give credit to the anime is that when it came to the fight of Urashima and Luffy, I did kind of give me. When it came to Urashima, the anime, it did give me a little more. It did give me enough in order to take him a little more seriously. Whereas in the manga, he was a little more than he was a little more than Prince Luffy's training dummy. Like really, like in the manga, that was really the only purpose that was the only purpose and function that he even served to form the entire plot of the manga. So in that sense, I will admit that the anime, it definitely did better in getting me just a little bit more invested in Urashima. It wasn't much, but it was still there, I guess you could say. Also, you just gotta. It just figures that Prince Luffy would participate in it just figures that when it comes to Luffy, he would openly participate in a Prince sumo match, and in typical Luffy fashion, he ended up using like very few techniques that basically actually resemble like an actual like a sumo fight. He used palm thrusts, but that was really about it. Like nothing Luffy was doing in that fight even kind of remotely resembled an actual traditional like from sumo fight. But then again, this is One Piece, and One Piece is like pretty much version of a sumo fight. So I think I guess a little bit away from the norm is okay, I guess you could say. Now, having said that, when it came to the fight of Luffy and Urashima, there was a little bit of an oddity in the episode, which is that there in the manga there was a little bit of a brief moment where Luffy ends up using like future sight when fighting Urashima, and unless I missed it in the episode, I think the episode had pretty much cut it out, I think. which again, I'm not sure if they did, because I might have looked away or blinked when it happened. But if they ended up cutting it out, then I'm kind of in the middle on that one. Um, I'm like, on one hand, if it was cut out, I can understand why. Because I can understand why, and from Toei Animation's like whole mentality on it, because it was from such the whole thing of Luffy, like, even using Future Sight in that fight is such an extremely small scene that you'd pretty much miss it if it wasn't cut. You would easily miss it even if it wasn't cut out. But on the other hand, I'm a little disappointed if it was cut out, because I feel that with Luffy like pretty much using at least a little bit of Future Sight, it did show that he has gained a little bit better control over observations, over the observation and Future Sight hockey, over the observation and Future Sight hockey, pretty much since his pretty much fight with pretty much Katakuri. And again, if I pretty much did miss it, then someone go ahead and correct me. Because yeah, I don't know if I actually missed it or not, but if I don't know if I missed it, or if it just wasn't in there. But yeah, and anyone in the comment section can go ahead and correct me if it was in there or not. But yeah, again, a small scene, but I feel in a way it did hold a little bit of importance, so to speak. And in this episode, we pretty much learned that the clan of Kozuki had actually attempted to destroy Wano, which is why everyone is suddenly just views, like, even the name of Kozuki as evil and a taboo word to use. And with something like this of the Kozuki clan being evil and whatnot, as a manga reader, this is one of those things, again, where perception is everything. Obviously, like when it comes to Odin, when it came to Odin's intent, like, obviously they're blaming Odin specifically they're blaming Odin specifically, and that he had this specific intent in order to destroy Wano. But I think we all know that probably that is complete bullshit. But considering what and the thing is, considering what we've, for all the manga readers out there like me, what we've learned, considering what's been revealed in the manga right now, most specifically with Odin's choice in weaponry that he ended up using against Kaido, it's not far-fetched to see why and pretty much how the pretty much actual truth could pretty much be so easily twisted and distorted. Could so easily be twisted and distorted. Again, just considering, I'm not going to spoil anything for those who are only anime, for those select few out there who are only anime onlys, but considering like the whole, considering the pretty much type of weapons that Odin used against Kaido at the time, it's not hard to see as to why he would be, as to why the Kozuki would probably be considered an evil clan after that. Now, the other important thing here is Hold'em. He once again points out the whole thing with the Kozuki clan happened 2 decades ago, and it's just one. And again, just with him mentioning that, it's one of those things where I'm kicking myself for not even noticing how much Oda was actually drawing attention to, when it came to time and the time frame specifically, because once again, if you're thinking that things aren't adding up in terms of the ages of of Kinemon and even Momonosuke, like compared to if it was 2 decades ago, then why aren't they older? Then yeah, there definitely is a reason for that. But the reveal itself of what's going on with the whole time frame, it's one of those things that's so insane, but it also makes so much sense. Yeah. Also, one final thing. I pretty much get why I get from why that what I get the whole reason as to why that from Toei did it, but it was to fill up runtime and pad out the episode. But one thing I was not a fan of in this episode is how many damn times it would cut between like the sumo wrestling fight with Luffy and Urashima, and seeing Tama having her cheek pulled by Hold'em. I mean, the first few times I saw the whole scene of Hold'em like pinching her pinching Tama's cheeks with those pliers. It wasn't bad, but eventually after seeing it a couple more times, it got very uncomfortable to watch. I think I even winced a few times just from watching that whole thing on repeat. But yeah. But yeah, guys, that's my review. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Crunchyroll. Death Knight of Anime, signing off. Later, guys.